Gotta let it show a little bit.
Yes, sir.
How y'all doing?
Good. So you're a veteran. You're an older guy now. Do you feel like that going into the spring?
No, I don't. I don't at all. But I mean, looking around in the room, we got a lot of young guys. I'm like, dang, I guess I am one of the old guys now. So
when you think about that, is that something you're trying to maybe work on, leadership and just being there for the younger guys who are going to be looking up to you?
yeah, for sure. One-on-ones with the young guys, just talking to them, giving them tips and everything like that. I feel like I do a good job. But as a group, coach is stressing me this offseason, be more vocal. Just as when I was younger and everything, as far as leadership goes, I kind of like led by example, and now I'm trying to step into that role of being more vocal.
Xavier, you got a new quarterback in KJ. What has he brought to this offense, and what have you guys been talking about as receivers and quarterback? What's worked out for you guys so far?
Yeah, he brings, like Randy said, some versatility. Just like John, he can throw and run the ball, but he seems like he's going to stay in the pocket a little bit more and trusting his arm a little bit more. So having trust in us to be where we needed to be. So that's what's going to be a little different.
A lot of people talk about Verdell this spring so far. You also added Jordan Bridgewater and Casey Stokes. How the freshmen really came in and competed? Yeah, all of them, they're doing a really good job. Burdell coming out first day and second day, making plays, Kaysen as well, and Bridgewater, So Bridgewater is mainly in the slot, so I've been able to, talk to him, one-on-one more. But, Kaysen and Burdell, they're both from Tampa, so I've known them for a little while. So, whenever they have a question, they come to me. So, it's good because I have some type of different connection to each one of them, so I'm able to talk to them on a personal level.
How much growth do you expect this season from the last?
A lot. You said growth, right? Yeah, man, a lot. Just we getting a lot of guys back. So guys who've had experience, in the Big 12, so we know what to expect. Bringing guys from other schools who've played it as well at the high level. So just bringing them in, meshing together. That's going to be huge for us to compete.
You mentioned Verdell's from out your way in Tampa. So how much did you know him before he came onto campus, and what do you like most about his skill set as he becomes part of this offense?
Yeah, I've known Burdell for a long time. We just trained together and everything like that back in Tampa. So Burdell got hands. I feel like that's his biggest skill set. When the ball touches hands, it's usually not going anywhere. So I think that's his biggest skill set.
Zay, can you talk a little bit about the extra work you guys are putting in? You got a lot of different pieces like young receivers, older, more experienced receivers, a new quarterback. Can you talk a little bit about like the off the field work that you guys are kind of putting in outside of what we're seeing on the practice fields?
Yeah, we're always putting in work. This off season, everything. After lifts and everything, we all go out, get ready to run routes. So that we know exactly where to be. Where the quarterbacks are expecting us to be, different coverages. Hey, we want you to sit in this zone, or no, it's man, so run through the route. Different tempos and everything like that. So the extra work that we put in, it definitely helps, and it will help when it's time to play in the games.
Go ahead.
Last year you talked a lot about your development as a true receiver. You now kind of established yourself at the position. Is that something you take into trying to help other guys, like younger players, like I did this to develop more? Yeah, for sure. And I still feel like I have a lot more work I need to do as well. But just like those guys, just telling them, hey, this worked for me, or hey, this might not have worked for me. So just taking what I've done and passing it down to them as far as like, just like the older guys have done for me. They've told me, hey, this works for me. This may not work for you, but try it out and this and that. So, just really just experimenting and stuff like that. So,
How much has Coach Kinsey helped you guys in the weight room this offseason?
Yeah, he's helped a bunch. It's different than the workouts we've past have, but they're both good. But Coach Kinsey, he really emphasized, getting stronger and everything, but also how that translates to the field, being able to use that strength that we're getting in the weight room and putting it onto the field. So, it's been really good.
I know it's only been a couple days of practice, but who has impressed you? Who has looked good? Maybe a couple guys, young guys, returning guys. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll say some young guys. You know, like we said, Burdell, he's impressed a lot of people. You know, chasing the DB, he's done a really good job as well. You know, and just some of the older guys that's coming back. You know, BJ, you know, he's looking really good right now, and I think all the receivers, Bake, he's looking really good as well as Chauncey, and of course, Kobe and everybody. So, I mean, everybody's looking pretty good right now.
Last question for Xavier.
Zay, can you talk a little bit about Tim Harris. Tim Harris, he was in this role, running back coach. Now he's back as a wide receiver coach. I know he's a great person, but how is he fitting into that wide receiver room, and kind of what is his coaching style now that he's actually your direct position coach?
Yeah, you know, like you said, he was a running back coach my freshman year, so I only saw him in that running back light. So for him to come back, I was definitely a bit, you know, skeptical about everything. But you know, from as far as what I've seen so far, he knows he's just he's a really good football coach, and he knows receivers as well. So I mean, he's been teaching me a lot of new things I've never even thought about. He's you know, broadening my mind as far as the way I'm looking at their position. So he's done a really good job. Being more vocal now, like I was saying earlier. So I mean, I really like it.
And do you think having a relationship like you mentioned with the younger guys helps you be more of a vocal leader because you already know how they react to it?
Yeah, for sure. Like you were saying, you know, having that relationship with the younger guys, so like they trust me more. They trust you know, what I'm saying. You know, I'm not gonna try to steer them in the wrong direction. So I mean, just having that rapport, that connection with the younger guys, you know, I feel like it really helps, especially, you know, bridging the gap between the older guys and the younger guys. You know, I'm pretty much that good for middle, you know, because some guys older than me and those guys older than me, so I'm able to bridge the gap between.
How have you been taking those steps to grow as a leader? I mean, what have you been doing to assert yourself?
Yeah, you know, just you know, being more vocal. You know, like I've always heard, leading by example. You know, not just, you know, being all talk. You know, you could always be that guy that just, you know, yelling, kind of just saying stuff. But then when it comes down to it, it's time to work out. It's time to do extra stuff. It's time to, you know, do stuff on the field, and you're not giving the effort that you're expecting from everybody else. You know, I think that's not quality of a good leader. So just being able to do that.
How season you'll come to the game and make a big play, and then coach will take you out after. How is it going to be this season transition to be more of an MVP receiver and try to make those big plays consistent?
Yeah, you know, I think with that opportunity, I think I'll be able to make some plays. Hopefully, you know, being able to make a play, you know, stay in the game and try to make another one. So excited, you know, to be able to have that opportunity.
I mean, the entire receiver room kind of dealt with injuries. I know you had a couple games that you missed through injury. What's it like now to have a fully healthy unit going into spring?
You know, we're dangerous, you know, and it's really good, you know, just being able to see everybody make plays. It's not just one or two guys. You know, every time somebody lines up, we're bound to take the top off of making an explosive play or a game-changing play. So it's very exciting, you know, to see everybody and see the things we can do. You know, good quarterback back there. You know, so I'm excited for the future.
Obviously, you've been playing a lot with KJ these past two practices, but how have some of those conversations been about what you guys want to do in the Big 12, how you guys are going to take the extra steps?
Yeah, we all know the goal. You know, the goal is the championship. You know, Big 12 championship. You know, and if we're not doing the things that are trying to lead to that Big 12 championship, then you know, we recognize it and we're like, hey, we can't do that. That's not helping us to get where we want to go. You know, so you know, those conversations like that are important. You know, for everybody to know exactly what the goal is. You know, so everybody's on the same page. So those conversations are very important.
A couple of guys mentioned Chasen as a DB that stood out. What's he really been doing that has made everyone kind of take notice?
Yeah, I mean, he's small. You know, he's got some really good footwork as well, and he plays the ball really well. You know, a lot of DBs, you know, they may be in the right position, but when the ball is in the air, they kind of freak out and they miss the ball. I mean, he's got his really good ball skills, so he's able to knock the ball down like that. So he's impressed me so far.
And on on the field, what are some growth that you've been looking to make in terms of getting better on the field?
So you said off the field?
No, on the field.
Oh, on the field. So yeah, you know, like outside routes, you know. So I feel like I'm pretty comfortable in the slot position. So now I want to go out wide, you know, get comfortable out there so I can be overall favorite receiver, just overall. So that's my focus during the spring. You know, is focus on the outside receiver so I can be able to play those spots.
And is there like a message in the locker room that, like a motto that's going to get you guys to where you guys need to be towards the end of the season?
We don't really have a motto, but you know, we all know the goal. You know, we know that bad taste in our mouth that we had from last season. I was unacceptable. You know, hands down. Doesn't matter if it's our first season in Big 12 or not. You know, having a losing season, that's not a good feeling at all. You know, we have the players, you know, to make a long run and win the championship. So you know, that's the goal. Nothing like it.
Does the opening of the 12-team playoff really excite you guys? Is there's more of a pathway now?
Yeah, of course, you know, but we're not really looking at that too much. You know, again, the goal is Big 12 championship. You win the Big 12, you have a shot. You know, and that's what we know. So that's what we win that. We know we have a shot at the Big 12.